The NFL world kind of lit up today. There are two moves that were made. Two teams ended up parting ways with their players, and if you guys haven't seen it, let's dive into it. First things first, the Packers ended up releasing Jaire Alexander, which is kind of huge, but maybe not for us. We'll talk about it. And the second one being Germaine Pratt, linebacker of the Cincinnati Bengals, captain as well, ended up getting released to save them some cap space. And let's go ahead and talk about both of these moves because I've seen Cardinals fans asking if I think any of these are possible. So let me go ahead and tell you. First things first, let's start with Jaire. That is the hot name. So when it comes to Jaire, there's a lot of problems I have with him, and it's not even his on-the-field play. It is kind of on the field because he can't stay on the field. That is the biggest problem in my eyes. I'll show you guys in a second, but I also don't think we are in a position to go sign a corner. I know it is a hot name. Like Jaire Alexander has the potential to be a top 5, top 10 cornerback in the league every single year if he can stay healthy. But I also don't think it's realistic. There's a lot of teams right here. San Francisco, I think, is a team he could go to. I think he could stay in the Packers division as well. Dallas, that's very realistic. If he goes to Minnesota, that kind of just bolsters the defense. Makes a lot of sense. Marlon Humphrey and Jaire, that would also be insane. There's a lot of teams, and if the Rams don't get Jalen Ramsey, which I think they do, that's another suitor. The Cardinals are not that. And I would say for multiple reasons, but the Cardinals kind of said they were good at corner where it stands. We have Will Johnson, we have Max Melton, and Garrett Williams. That is a good unit. With Sean Murphy-Bunting gone, it allows the young guys to come in here and actually get reps. Signing Jaire kind of takes away from that and just defeats the whole purpose of taking Will Johnson. He would just be a backup at that point, let him go through the growing pains early. I think that's the smartest thing to do. And with Jaire, I mean, even if you sign him, Will Johnson would probably just get elevated anyways in weeks 7 to 10 because Jaire cannot stay healthy. Ask Packers fans. This is the biggest problem with him. He played 4 games in 2021, 16 in 2022, which is his best season out of the last 4, then 7 and 7. If you combine those 3 seasons, he's barely playing a full one. That is ridiculous. Jaire Alexander, heck of a football player, but he can't stay healthy. I'm not a fan of that. Also, the guy is 28 years old. Corners typically fall off at 30. This man already can't stay healthy in his young to mid-20s. That's a cause for concern, and I think you gotta stay away and let the young bucks go at it. And don't get me wrong, Jaire can cover. This was his last season in those 7 games. He put up pretty decent stats. I mean, 16th in coverage grade. Like, I'm not doubting that he can cover. This guy, talent-wise, like I said, top 5 to top 10. Overall grade, 75.2. You can go off PFF all you want. The eye test backs it up. In those 7 games, he was really good. But I don't want a corner who's going to play 7 games. That's just me personally. I'm not a fan of that. And it's also funny because 2 interceptions, 15th in the league. And that's crazy because he played less than half the year. Great player, can't stay on the field. So like Jaire Alexander, yes, it does bolster the room, but for how long? Like Jaire, yes, heck of a football player, but for the Cardinals, it just doesn't make sense. You let the young guys go in here. And I think it's funny though, because I'm saying this now, Packers fans have been saying it, that Jaire can't stay healthy, but watch, as soon as he signs to another team, he's going to stay healthy. Like, that's just the irony of the NFL. Like, it's one of those players like Zach Allen couldn't stay healthy for us until J.J. Watt came here and he kind of be developed into a better player. And then after that, he just signs with another team and he gets way better, gets more opportunity, and he is thriving in Denver. He is legitimately a top 10 interior defensive lineman in the league. He's balling. It's insane. If I'm the Cardinals GM, I'm saying no on this. I'm not going for Jaire. You guys let me know how you feel about it. I know a lot of you guys see the name and that's just like, hey, we need to go get him. It bolsters the team. It would bolster the team if he stayed on the field, but I'm good. Then moving over to the other guy, inside linebacker, a position of need, Germaine Pratt. He just got cut from the Bengals today. They did this because they are in cap space struggle. $5.6 million is what they landed right here, releasing a team captain. They still have to sign their rookie. Not a big fan of Shamar Stewart, but they got to sign him. They took him in the first round for some reason. They need to get a deal done. Also, they do not have an extension done with Trey Hendrickson, so they are struggling right now to come up with money and bolstering their defense. Their top 2 guys potentially, or the 2 guys they're putting a lot of faith in to actually be good, might not even freaking be on the roster. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know where their cap space is coming. They're very, very bad at managing it. They paid T. Higgins. They paid Jamar Chase. And now you're left with no defenders. 2 guys who will not step on that field. So you got to do something, and they did. Germaine Pratt, gone. Struggle at inside linebacker. That Bengals team is going to be in HE double hockey sticks. But Pratt, I mean, this is kind of like an upgraded version of Kazir White. I literally think they are very similar football players, but Germaine Pratt is better. A lot of you guys want Kazir Whiteback. I'm good. He's 29 years old, though. Germaine Pratt could be really good. He just had a birthday, so he just turned 29. He's going into his 30 season next year. I could kind of see the Cardinals entertaining this, but at the same time, I don't know. I think the way free agency was handled, we're just going to rock with what we have, keep it athletic, and just let these guys potentially come in and break out. Now, I wouldn't be mad at this, because in terms of health, he does stay on the field. He's missed a couple games in his career. He's missed, what is that? I believe 4 games? 3 games? Something along those lines. So, yeah, I mean, it's not a move I'd be against, and his stats pretty good. 80 tackles last year, 143, or 80 solos, 143 total tackles, was top 10 in the league. On top of that, like I said, he was a captain for Cincinnati, well-respected guy. And a lot of Bengals fans, he might not be the best, but he does show up in big moments, and he does make plays. Bengals fans can attest to that. He's not a perfect player, but he does make plays. He can force fumbles. He gets interceptions. He does a lot on the field. He makes his name known, and he just flies around. Like, I wouldn't be against this. PFF grades aren't sensational, but the eye test says he is a better defender than what it is showing. I do think he is probably... I don't even know, probably a top 20 inside linebacker as it stands. It might be a little generous. I don't really know where I'd rank him, honestly. Probably top 20 if I just had to throw a number out there. He is a good football player. Like I said, he makes big-time plays. 7th in solo tackles with 107. I'm getting 2 contradicting reports. 80 here. Over here on PFF, it says 107. I don't know. They track him differently, but regardless, Germaine Pratt, I think, is a better scheme fit, and I do think he fits better. So if we're going to go out and sign somebody, I think we need to dabble in with Germaine Pratt, but I could also see us passing on both. Germaine Pratt, good in the run, a very underwhelming cover. He can do it. Like, there are flaws to his game for sure. Absolutely. He is not perfect. Bengals fans, you guys can attest to this. But the thing I do like about him is he does show up in big moments. He could give you that veteran leadership that we don't really have in the inside of the field, would instantly become like another voice. And we have a ton of voices on this team now with Calais Campbell, Budda Baker, Germaine Pratt, and all 3 levels. We could have that voice, and that's interesting. I wouldn't be opposed. If I were to go out and actually entertain somebody, Germaine Pratt 100% is that guy. Jaire Alexander, talent-wise, is a way better player than Germaine Pratt is. I get that for sure. But I don't think Jaire, I don't believe in his durability. I don't think Jaire is going to stay on the field. Germaine Pratt, he's clearly been able to do that for his whole career. But you could also bring in the Bilal Nichols and Justin Jones thing. They both were on the field. That's why we made those signings. That's why we brought both those guys in, because our defensive line durability was nothing. It was terrible. Everyone was dropping like flies. So we signed 2 veterans who could actually stay on the field. And both of them dropped within like 5 to 6 weeks. That was unfortunate. Maybe you just don't take account for that and you just go for talent. I don't know. But me personally, I'm staying away from Jaire. I might even stay away from both these guys. But if I had to pick one, Germaine Pratt's that guy. You guys let me know down in the comment section below how you guys are feeling about this. I think our corner room's fine. Linebacker room could use some help. It is probably the biggest weakness on the defense. If we had to go sign somebody, it is 100% him. You guys let me know how you guys are feeling about it down below and who you guys want to see the Cardinals bring in, or if you want to see us stay pat. And if you guys are new to the channel and ended up enjoying today's video, consider hitting that subscribe button. I post Arizona Cardinals and NFL related content. So if you're a fan of either of those, this is the perfect channel for you. Sorry if I sound a little bit sick, but we're getting over it. That is all I got for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.